It's Wellness Wednesday. We're going to learn about how mental health and your heart kind of go together. Joining us today, she is Care Management Manager at Mercy Health St. Rita's. We have Melanie Woods, and thanks for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we often think of mental health and heart health separately,
Yes.
but you say, hey, they kind of go together. Explain that.
Well, they really do. So whether someone is just under stress or if they're actually dealing with mental health concerns like anxiety or depression, it is a stressor on the body, which causes the body to react in a normal way when we're dealing with stress. So it can cause additional inflammation in the body, which impacts the heart. Long term, it can raise blood pressure, it can impact how the heart muscle actually works. It can also change our immune system and how our immune system is responding to other stressors or other illnesses. It also has an impact on the choices that we make. If we're feeling down or if we're feeling anxious, we may change how we're eating, how we're sleeping, whether or not we're exercising, what our work life feels like. All of those additional things impact how the body functions and how the heart's responding. So it can impact blood pressure, it can lower our good cholesterol or our HDL. So all of those things can have a long-term effect if we don't deal with them early.
I think, mental health, we don't realize how significant it really is and how it can affect so many different areas.
100%, yes.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so what kind of heart-related challenges then do people have just from mental health? Or is it like, oh, I know I have a heart condition and that raises your mental health issues too?
Well, it really kind of goes hand in hand. If we're not dealing, really, we look at mental health or behavioral health issues as the same as a medical issue. So if you're not dealing with that, if you're not doing what you need to do to impact that, chances are you may not be doing what you need to do to impact your physical health also. Mm-hmm. And so hand in hand, they just kind of continue a steady process of decline.
I'm glad you said that mental health is like another health issue. I mean, we don't have a problem taking care of our heart, taking care of cancers, but we do have a problem with trying to take care of our mental health.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll use the example of if someone has diabetes. So it can be a natural process that happens. There's not the stigma associated with it. There's lots of education and lots of support in the community. When we talk about someone having anxiety or depression, there's a different stigma associated with that. And oftentimes people then are less likely to talk about it, less likely to seek help because they don't want to be perceived as having something wrong with them.
Do you think that there are special populations or communities that are affected of this mental health, heart health issue?
No, truly, I think it's across the board. And I know the youth have so much going on, more than when you and I were younger.
Right.
And that impacts also. And they do, I think, a better job or are doing a better job of talking about, their mental health. But it's making sure that they're connected with the services that they need.
Mm-hmm. So there are resources, there help available. What can people do then to get that good balance?
Yeah, so there's lots of stuff. If for those that have employee health or employee assistance programs, that's a great place to start. It's a no harm, no foul way to access some services. And they can do a great job of connecting you with something more long-term if you're needing something long-term, but they're great in the short term also. And then in our community, we do have some great resources. I always refer people back to the Allen Auglai's Hardin County Mental Health Board because they have so many of the resources documented in one place. But also St. Rita's can also be a great resource for information. If we don't have the services there, we'll know how to connect you and be able to walk you through that process.
It's good to know that there is help in the area and don't be shying away from it. All right. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
All right, don't go away. First Edition continues in a moment.